I'm Vicky. Welcome to my channel, Feather and Flow Yoga, and to this energizing vinyasa flow. Today we're going to be really moving with intention, building some strength, building some energy and some heat through the body, particularly in the glutes, and we're going to also be incorporating lots of invigorating back bends to leave you feeling refreshed, revitalized and re-energized. So I want to get started today right away, coming into a supine position, lying on your back with the knees bent. So feet can be about hip distance apart. When you get there, bring your left hand to rest on your heart and your right hand to rest on your belly. Go ahead and close the eyes and take a big breath in through the nose. Feel how your belly grows full and your chest rises. When you get to the top of that breath, let it out through the mouth with a big sigh. Feeling the chest and the belly contract. And now allow the breath to come and go through the nose. Still tuning in to the movements, the rise and the fall. Listening to the sound of the breath. Allowing your thoughts to just take a back seat for now as you become present in your body, present on your mat. Taking a moment here to set yourself an intention for the practice, or maybe even for the whole day. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up the eyes. Bring your hands to rest down by your sides. And begin to press evenly into the feet to lift the hips. So we're not going into a big back bend, but instead we're trying to get a straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Really feeling the glutes fire on here. Building some strength. And now adding in some movement. So begin to lower the hips so they almost touch the floor, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower almost to the floor. Inhale, lift. So letting your glutes do the work, continuing to move like this. You have a gentle engagement with your core, but the movement is coming from the glutes. So really squeeze at the top, continuing like this for 10, 9, 8, 7, try and keep the knees stacked over the ankles, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, 1. When you get to the top of this last one, hold and squeeze. And then gently lower all the way down. From here, make your way onto your belly and find your way into Sphinx Pose. So bringing the elbows under the shoulders. Lift your heart as if you're pulling the heart through the upper arms. Press your pubic bone into the mat to give you a little more space, activating those glutes once more. Breathe. Shoulders are away from the ears. And then lower down, bring your hands under the shoulders. Make your way to a tabletop position. And we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, look up. And as you exhale, push the mat away, tuck the tailbone, draw your chin to your chest. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round. One more each way. Inhale to lower. Exhale to round. Come back to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. Take downward facing dog. So first one of the day, feel free to make any gentle movements, maybe shaking out the head, pedaling out the legs. And then make your way into stillness. Take a big breath in through the nose, fill all the way up. And exhale through the mouth, let it go with a sigh. As you inhale, lift your right leg high, spread the toes. And as you exhale, step the right foot through to the front of the mat, lower the left knee. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead, send your hips forward. Exhale, float the hands down, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, spread the toes. Exhale, step the left foot through to the front of the mat, lower the back knee. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the heart. And exhale, float the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big sigh through the mouth. From here, bend the knees deeply, look between the two thumbs and jump or hop or walk to the front of the mat. When you get there, slowly round all the way up to standing. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, sit low for Utkatasana, chair pose. So you can do this with the feet hip distance apart, or you can bring the big toe mounds to touch. Sit down a little lower. Bring a gentle engagement to the core. Breathe. So while we're here in chair pose, we're going to begin to incorporate some movement. So as you inhale, rise onto your tiptoes and swoop your arms back. Think aeroplane. Exhale, lower the heels, lift the arms. Inhale, tiptoes, arms come back. Exhale, heels come down, arms lift. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, no worries if you wobble. Exhale. Last one, great job. Inhale. Exhale. Release, come to stand tall. Maybe shake out the legs if you're feeling the burn. Hands come to the heart at heart center in prayer position. And then begin to shift your weight onto your left leg. Use your core strength to lift your right knee, spread the right toes. And then slowly send that right leg back behind you. Take warrior 3. So have a micro bend through the standing leg. Point your right toes down to the mat. And then as you exhale, step the foot down. Find warrior 1. So the right toes are pointing out about 45 degrees. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, swoop the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers and roll your shoulders back. Big breath in. And as you exhale, lower your heart down towards the left knee. Peel your hands away from you. Breathe here, opening the shoulders and the chest. Building strength through the legs. And as you inhale, slowly rise up, release the hands, reach the arms up overhead. Pivot on the back foot, come into a crescent lunge. Breathe here. On your next inhale, float the left arm back. See if it can reach that right thigh as you gaze out over your left shoulder. Lift your heart up to the sky. Breathe. On your next inhale, the left arm lifts, come back to face the front. And as you exhale, float the hands down, frame the front foot, step back to plank pose. From here, option to lower all the way down and take cobra, or if chaturanga's in your practice, lower halfway, and inhale, up dog. Meeting in downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big breath out through the mouth. Push the mat away. Bend the knees deeply, walk, step or hop to the front of your mat, and slowly round all the way up to standing. Coming back to that Utkatasana pose. So as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and as you exhale, sit low, chair pose. Incorporating our movement once more. So as you inhale, rise onto your tiptoes, send the arms back. Exhale, heels down, arms up. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, heels down. Keep sitting low here. Inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, you've got this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Come to stand tall, hands in prayer position. Shifting your weight onto your right leg this time. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale, step through warrior three. Point those left toes down to the mat. Breathe. When you're ready, exhale, step the left foot down. Warrior one. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, swoop the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers the other way this time, so other thumb on top. Lift your heart. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Peel the arms away from you. And pause here. Let the head be heavy. Breathe. On your next inhale, rise up, release the hands, reach the hands up overhead and pivot on the heel. Take a crescent lunge. Pause here, feel the strength. Bringing some heat into the body here. And as you breathe in, swoop the right arm back behind you. See if it can reach your left thigh as you turn your gaze to look out over the right shoulder. Lift your heart, breathe. As you inhale, right arm lifts, look ahead, and exhale, frame the front foot, step back to a plank position, lower all the way down onto your belly. And we'll take Locust Pose. So bring the tops of the feet to touch the mat. Bring your hands either down by your sides with the palms facing up, or you can interlace the hands, roll your shoulder blades towards one another. As you inhale, lift your heart, lift your arms, lift your feet. So you're really sending your hands and your feet towards the back of the room, whether the hands are interlaced or not. Breathe, squeeze everything. And when you're ready, lower down and release. Place the hands under the shoulders. Move through a tabletop position, then tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Shake out the head, shake out the knees if that feels good. Cycle through the legs. And then come into stillness, just checking in, noticing what's going on in your body, noticing where you feel the sensations. Becoming aware of whether or not your thinking mind is switched on once more. If it has, see if you can just gently nudge it back to the present moment, to the sensations in your body, to the breath. From here, slowly round forwards until you come to rest your knees on the mat. And then sit up tall with your knees about hip distance apart. Bring your hands to rest on the low back. Send your hips forwards. Lift your heart. So think about gaining space through the low back. No compression. Breathe. As you're ready, come back to neutral. And you can choose to do that again if that felt like a good stretch for you, or if you're ready to take it a little deeper, you can come into Camel Pose. Now you can choose to do this with the toes tucked to bring the heels up a little higher, or with the feet down if you're a little bit more flexible. So choosing the variation that best serves you today. Option to come into that same stretch as before, keeping the hands on the hips, send those hips forwards, use your glutes. And if you're ready to come into full Camel Pose, bring one hand back to cup the heel, followed by the other. Trying to come into a shape of a capital letter D. So you really are sending those hips forwards, using your glutes here for support. If it feels okay for the neck, you can let the head go back. Breathe here. When you're ready, slowly make your way out of the shape. Sit down onto your heels and come straight into a child's pose. Walk those arms out in front of you. Rest your forehead on the mat. Breathing into the back, to the shoulders. Noticing how you feel. Lift the head, rise up onto the fingertips and slide your right arm under the left. Bring your right temple down to the mat, taking a twist here. Twists feel so good after a big back bend. Reset the spine. Breathe. Lift the head, gently slide that right arm out, and we'll do the same on the other side. So left arm comes under right this time, left temple down to the mat. Come back to neutral. And slowly make your way back to a seated position. Take your time getting there. Send the legs out to one side as you come to sit down on your mat. Extend your right leg out in front of you and place the sole of the left foot on the right inner thigh. And you're just going to square your upper body over that right leg. As you inhale, sit tall, lengthen through the spine, flex the right foot. And as you exhale, fold over that right leg. Gaze out over the right toes. Draw your belly towards the thigh. Feeling a release through the low back. A nice stretch through the hamstring. Using your exhales as a focus to let go of any tightness or tension. And then slowly walk your way back to sit tall, and we'll take it to the other leg this time. So extend your left leg, place the sole of the right foot on the inner thigh, square your body over that left leg, and as you inhale, sit tall and lengthen, flex the left foot, and exhale, fold. Gently make your way back to your sitting tall position. Unravel the legs and come to lie down on your mat, keeping the knees bent. And place the right ankle just above the left knee. Make sure that your chin is lightly tucked, so you have a nice long neck here. And then lift the left foot, bringing your shin parallel to the mat. And then from here, interlace the fingers around the back of that left thigh and use your arms to gently guide the legs in towards the chest. But see if you can keep that right knee moving away from you. So we're really opening through the hips and the low back here. Releasing through the glutes, which have worked really hard for us today. And then release, lower the feet down to the mat, uncross the legs, and we'll take it to the other side. Left ankle rests just above the right knee. Lift the right foot, bring the shin parallel to the mat, interlace the hands behind the right thigh and gently guide the legs forwards towards the body. So it's quite common to find that one side is tighter than the other. And if that is the case, just use your exhales to see if you can let go of some of that tightness that you're feeling. Breathe into it. Release the shape, lower the feet down to the mat. Extend your left leg down onto the mat out long and hug your right knee into the chest. From here, extend your right arm out to the right and use your left arm to pull the leg over the body. Turn your gaze out to look over your right shoulder. Gently make your way back to the center. Extend your right leg down on the mat and hug the left knee in this time. And pausing here. And then send the left arm out to the left. Use your right arm to pull the leg over the body. Gaze out over your left shoulder. Guide your leg back to the center. Extend the left leg out long, coming into our final shape of the practice, Shavasana. So send your feet out as wide as your mat. Let the toes splay out to the sides. Hands can rest on the belly or off the mat with the palms facing up. Go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the soles of the feet. Allow a sensation of relaxation to wash over your feet, into your heels as you feel them grow heavy, relaxing onto the mat or the ground beneath you. Feel that heaviness traveling up the legs, into the hips, across the whole of the back. Noticing your shoulders grow heavy, feeling that sensation wash down the arms to the hands. Your head feels heavy. And then bring your awareness to the body as a whole. Allowing a deep sensation of relaxation to wash over your body as you give yourself permission to simply be. Your eyes are closed. Let the corners of the eyes be soft. Soften the forehead, the jaw, the corners of the mouth. And we'll be here in this relaxation pose for a few moments, and I'll let you know when the practice is complete. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes as you invite a deeper breath into the body. Circle the ankles and the wrists. And then take a moment here to take one last stretch or one last shape, whatever you feel you need today. Before slowly making your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. You can keep the eyes closed for now. And when you get to your seated position, bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. And take a moment with the eyes closed here to just remind yourself of the intention that you set at the beginning of class. Maybe repeat it to yourself one more time. And then seal in your practice with one big inhale through the nose. One big exhale through the mouth. Blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.